we wound up at the Scottish Rite Clinic. I'm a member of the Scottish Rite, and I was talking to the secretary down at the Rite, Brett Akers. And we were just kind of talking about all the different philanthropic arms that we're involved with at the Scottish Rite, and this came up. And just hearing different things off paper, just his experience with the clinic, it resonated with me. I said, our son would really benefit from this. And so we dove into it more, less generically, more, personally. And that was the initial conversation to kind of put Scottish Rite on our personal radar or the Walker Clinic for William.
So after that initial conversation, Brett told us, okay, this is who to call. They'll get you started with the paperwork. And I think about a week later, we got the call from Ruth saying this is when his appointment is so she can do his initial evaluation. And during the evaluation, she said he might have had apraxia, which is he didn't know how to move the muscles in his mouth. So his first week he came in, he kind of observed. He wouldn't talk much. He'd just cry. He saw what the other 2-year-olds was doing. And then the next week, he started to mimic what they were doing. So he'd want to push his chair for snack time. He'd want to push it for circle time. He loved Music Tuesdays because he's very musical.
The kind of growth that I saw with William during language group was mostly about his confidence and his willingness to try something that was new or hard for him when he first came in. So we really spent a lot of time and effort just encouraging him. You can do this, and really giving him a lot of specific instruction on what he could do with his mouth to try to get the sound or the word or whatever to come out better. And so his single word vocabulary did grow as the weeks progressed.
Things that I benefited from watching from the other side of the glass and observing was just the fact that my son was learning how to share. He was learning how to operate in a team environment. I was impressed by the fact that the teachers had control of the classroom and that they were able to kind of meet the kids where they are and encourage a cohesion in the classroom. And I think that went a long way with even how he deals with his siblings.
When I see kids like William who come to see me first when they're little and not talking, and then I get to see their growth over the next few months, it's just really such a privilege to get to see them become little people and become communicators, and how much that impacts their connections and interactions with their families, with the peers that are in the language group with them, with us as therapists. And so it's really fun to see how much that changes, even just during a semester of language group, which is, not tons and tons of time, but in their short lifetimes, it is a significant chunk of time, and they really can make significant changes in that time.
I'm always impressed when I see the Walker Scottish Rite Clinic's therapists in action, and you can see that they really have put the time into making these sessions tailored to the child's needs, and they make it fun, and they really care about these children and the families, and they want them to be the best that they can be, and they want the parents to know everything they can to help the child at home throughout the week. But that's not possible just from a clinician in a room. It takes a lot of support behind the scenes. And I think it's important to realize the only way we can provide the level of care that we do is because we have such great supporters. It started with Earl Walker and Les Denny and the Scottish Rite Masons, the Walker family, Maryville University, the Life Foundation, and many around St. Louis and the larger area. Individuals, people that attend our events, all the people in the community are really helping us to make it possible for the children to succeed and to be the best that they can be.
The impact, I've had people, the impact of the Scottish Rite on the community specifically, I've had people, if I have a branded polo from Scottish Rite on, they'll stop me and they'll say, "You're the people with the clinic, the Walker Clinic." One lady told me, she said, "My son went through that program 20 years ago. And I don't know where he would be without that program." And I'm hearing it. I'm humbled by it. This is well before my son was even in the program. And it's a badge of honor to know that the impact is real. These are things that are equip children for lifelong contribution, being able to participate in society, being able to speak, being able to articulate how you're feeling. Also understanding that a lot of these services could be expensive and a lot of people don't have access to certain resources. This is a huge gem in the community. That's just me speaking as a member of the Scottish Rite, as a father of somebody who's gone through the program. I see it in real time. That's when you say, what does the Walker Clinic mean to me? It means that you all have unlocked a piece of my son that I otherwise would not have known how to do on my own.